The Bloodstained Veil, Ted Gunderson, Fort Bragg's satanic pipeline, and the battle over the soul of America. The darkness isn't new. It festers, waiting for its moment to rise again, to stretch its claws through the cracks of a decaying society. Ted Gunderson saw it. He tried to warn them. They laughed, called him a crank, but what he uncovered was a sickness that bled from the jungles of Vietnam straight into the heart of America. It began with the bodies, the dead men zipped up in black plastic, flown home draped in the flag, but loaded with something far deadlier than grief. The heroin trade, the real spoils of war, moved through Fort Bragg like a phantom, funneled by men in uniform with their pockets lined and their oaths forgotten. But it wasn't just about money. This was blood ritual economics, a pipeline greased with corruption, drugs, and something even fouler, satanic power. That was the horror MacDonald walked into. A Green Beret, a doctor, a man who saw the trail of poison, planned to speak. But Fort Bragg wasn't run by men like him. It was run by shadows, by figures who saw whistleblowers as offerings. So, on that cursed night in 1970, MacDonald's family was slaughtered, his wife, his daughters, all carved up in a frenzy that reeked of more than just a break-in gone wrong. The scene was a ritualistic signature, a black mass in flesh and blood. Acid is groovy, kill the pigs, scrawled in blood on the walls, but the true message was simpler. Silence or you join them. Gunderson chased the truth, and the deeper he went, the more it pointed to the same sinister undercurrent. This wasn't just about drugs. It was a movement, an ideological cancer spreading through the veins of the nation. The cults weren't just trafficking heroin, they were trafficking belief, breaking down reality itself, warping morality, feeding the beast that would one day rise as transgender ideology and the mutilation of the natural order. And now here it is again, the same rotting entity clawing its way into the Kansas state capitol, masked as a black mass, demanding legitimacy under the banner of religious freedom. But the Catholics haven't forgotten. They've seen this before. They know the stench of inverted crosses and sacrilegious rites, of ritualistic corruption veiled in modern progress. They push back, stand against the tide of blasphemy because they remember that this war isn't new. It's the same darkness, wearing new skin. What began as a heroin pipeline through the corpses of American soldiers has mutated into a war on the soul itself. Gunderson is gone. MacDonald is still behind bars, a scapegoat for the sins of others. But the battle isn't over. It never was. The lines are drawn. The question remains, will America wake up and fight, or be consumed in the ritual fire?